There's no business, okay? Anybody who comes in late now, anybody who comes in late, get in here. Get in here. Because this starts at 11:30, you're late. If you are here at 11:30, you are late. Remember that. An event starts. Get in here, you're late. You're late.
You're welcome.
You can't have a food truck and show at 11:30 if people are already ready to eat at 11:30. These three people have already missed sales. Okay? They've already missed it. Anybody who comes later might as well take their food truck and leave. Yes, Lauren.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm Michelle Madden.
Here we go. What am I talking about?
President of the Greg
You're
Kalina
late.
Chamber of
Yes, sir.
Commerce.
Thank you.
We want to welcome you, even if you are late. We want to welcome you, and we appreciate you being here today. Real quickly, because this is sort of a networking event, we are the Chamber of Commerce. If you could we'll just go down the line real quick. Tell me your name and your business, and we'll just go real quickly, okay? So I'm going to start with you. Your name and your business.
I'm Felix Soto. My business, I want to put the food truck.
Okay. Okay. Number? Okay. This one? Fine.
Nelson Padilla, no speak English.
Okay. Okay.
Nelson Padilla, usually I work in Cajun.
Okay.
Corey Masters, King.
Okay.
This is Juan and Marco. We have a sign company.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
My name is Anna, but I don't have a company.
Okay, great.
My name is Michelle Masson, and my business is baking.
Baking. Okay. Wonderful.
Dan Ernst from GM Rock.
Okay, wonderful.
Matthew Lopez, patient housework.
Luis Perez.
Okay, wonderful.
Good morning, I'm Reyes Flores. I'm with the Compass Business Solutions. We do small business loans.
Wonderful.
Monica Bayer, State Montgomery.
Okay.
Merle Roll, Consumer, Classic Chevrolet.
Yes, sir.
No, it's a Amazon.
Okay, wonderful.
Isaac Munoz with Prairie Bay.
Daniel Gomez, Henry Bain.
Yes, sir.
Using me, like
Okay.
Sam Fox, All Communications Network, essential services, like everybody has my card.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker today, Greg Kalina. He speaks from experience, not from theory. He has owned or operated food trucks, trailers, and push carts. He has owned and worked for large corporations, opening and operating restaurants, bakeries, and the new phenomenon, pop-up restaurants. He is current in food service operations, fads, and trends, and he'll teach you to make the most important thing, how to make money. Let's welcome Greg.
Who are my Spanish speakers? Raise your hand. Okay. Out of this group, who are the people that are interested in doing food trucks? Raise your hand. Okay, good. The people who want to do food trucks, on the sheet of paper that I passed out, I want you to write down what your food truck is going to be, okay? And I'm going to collect it right now. So write it down real quickly. Write it down. As the introductions stated, yeah, you can translate as we go along.
Okay, perfect.
That would work well. I don't want anyone to miss out. I have had a number of food trucks, trailers, tents, and been in the restaurant business for many years. I do this, I talk all over the world. I've been in Spain giving this seminar, I've been in Prague, I've been, you name it, I've been there. What do we tell this lady? You missed sales. You missed sales.
Oh, okay.
Right? Are you going to do a food truck?
I'm not saying,
Okay, let me just go through and see what you bring. I'm not gonna say. That's good. The reason I'm not telling everybody what we're doing, because there are people who come here just to steal ideas, okay? Everybody here, not everyone, but a lot of you people are trying to get other people's ideas, and I don't want that.
Respeten las ideas de los demás, no se vale robarse las ideas unos a otros, ¿ok? You have to write down what would be your idea of your food truck.
Nothing here? Anything here? Of course I know. It's my favorite. That's what I look into. Is that right? Yes. Pasty. Do you know what pasties are? P-A-S-T-Y. What you mean? What? That's excellent. All right. As she said, we are here to make money. You can listen to what I say, and you can completely ignore it. I don't care, because I've already made my money. I'm retired. I am with SCORE. SCORE is a government organization, and we're here to help you. No different than what the Chamber does, okay? We're going to help you put together business plans. My area of expertise is restaurants, food trucks, pop-ups. I literally have people call me from all over the United States with questions on food trucks. In the small amount of time that we have here, I'm going to try to answer your questions and tell you as it is. I'm not here to pat you on the shoulder and say, great idea. If you have a bad idea, I'm going to tell you.
Él está aquí para ayudarte lo más que pueda, viene con SCORE, él tiene mucha información y referencia en años de experiencia. No te va a decir que tienes una gran idea cuando no la tienes. Él va a ser honesto y te va a decir, tu idea no es buena, olvídalo. Tiene poco tiempo, así es que aprovéchalo. Él ya hizo su dinero, a él ya le pagaron. Aquí el que tiene que aprovechar el tiempo eres tú.
Okay. Do you notice I put up here food truck, trailer, and tent? I've been doing this long enough to know $35,000, $15,000 to $20,000, $1,200. Okay? $1,200. If I was to do this tomorrow, this is what I would do. Okay? You're going to find out that there are loads of food trucks for sale. And there's a reason that there are a number of food trucks for sale. Okay? So, talking about that, I'm going to show you my first food truck. A hot dog cart. You can buy that hot dog cart for $3,000. This is the easiest way to get into the business. I ended up with 3 of these. And I found out about this when I got out of the military a colonel who was retired was doing this in Washington, D.C., okay? I don't want you to spend a lot of money on this. You would not believe the amount of money that people have lost. We can buy this for $3,500. You get a Sam's membership. A hot dog costs how much at Sam's? Take a guess.
15 cents.
How much?
15 cents.
25 cents. How much is the bun? 5 cents. 5 to 10 cents. We have 35 cents into a hot dog, and how much do we sell it for? $2 at least. Depends where it is. With a hot dog cart, you can do $600, $700, $800 a day in sales. This is a money maker right here, but it isn't glamorous. So, one of the things you have to realize in the food business, if I have a good business, I'm not going to tell you. If I have a mediocre or bad business, I'm going to tell you how great I am doing. Okay? I am. Because I don't want you in the business. 40 years ago, a gentleman came here into Dallas from Albania. You know where Albania is? He opened up one Italian restaurant. One Italian restaurant. He then told his brother, come here and we'll open a restaurant. This is restaurant number 2. Then he told his sister, restaurant number 3. Right now, if you go into an Italian restaurant in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, chances are they are owned by Albanians. They own 45 restaurants. But nobody knows that. So I'm telling you, if you want to make money, you go to Sam's and you buy a soda for 25 cents and you sell it for $1. Everything that you need is at Sam's through a Sam's membership. Any questions? Let's
¿Preguntas?
These are made in New Jersey. Okay? And this is so easy. You can put this on a truck and just move it around. If you go to Home Depot and Lowe's, what do you see there? You see this. Okay?
¿Puedo hacer una pregunta?
Sí,
¿Cómo sabría cuál es cómo podría escoger la locación ideal para saber que el negocio va a ser un éxito, ¿no? Sabiendo que puedes tener un buen negocio, pero depende de varios factores y uno de ellos es la ubicación.
How would you know that a location would be good for a business to be successful?
Because this has wheels, and she can move it around until she finds the building.
Como tu carrito tiene ruedas, tú puedes atravesar la ciudad si quieres hasta que encuentres el lugar en donde va a ser un buen lugar para ti.
Perfect. There's a trailer hitch here, and you just move it.
Lo mueves de una rueda.
Perfect business. Okay. I asked you what you wanted to do for your food truck. I am not here to be your friend, okay? I am here to tell you how to make money. You want to translate that?
Te preguntó por qué tipo de negocio querías poner de food truck truck porque él está aquí no para ser tu amigo, sino para enseñarte a ganar dinero. Así es que aprovecha.
Tell him I'm very difficult to work with. However, I get results.
Él es un poco difícil, es estricto, ¿verdad? Pero siempre da resultados.
Food truck. I'm going to tell you something that some of you don't want to hear. Burgers, Mexican, or barbecue. We do not need any more burger food trucks. If you're going to do a burger food truck, tear it up, because we have too many burger food trucks, okay? Don't kid yourself. Someone will sell you a food trailer and say, do a burger food truck, but there's no business. Mexican, please don't tell me you're going to do a taco food truck, because I'll end up with your food truck or trailer in 6 months. We have too many Mexican food trucks. Let me tell you again, we do not need another taco truck. You all understand that? Barbecue. Please, we don't need in Texas another barbecue restaurant. I saw some really good ideas here that I'm really pleased with. Those 3 are losers. Those are losers. And if you say, I'm going to do this, it's not going to work. Okay? I have an email from the gentleman who owns 2 of the largest food truck parks in Texas. I can't tell you who it is, but I'm going to tell you what his email told me, and this is recent.
Les va a leer un correo electrónico que le llegó de uno de los dueños más importantes de los 2 parques de food trucks en todo Texas. No les puedo decir quién es, pero les va a leer el correo.
I said to him, what kind of food trucks do we need in this market? And what kind do we have too many of? Those are the ones that he told me we have too many, okay? In his food truck park. And this is what his thing says, there are too many burger and barbecue. Plus, the meat costs are too high. You can't make any money. I don't think they are a good business decision. And I told you, I want you to make money. If you come to me and you have an idea, I'm going to say, either it's good or it's bad. Here's what he said. And listen, and translate this. Cajun is always a good seller. And it's hard to find a good, high-end taco truck. That's important.
Él le recomendó que ya no tuviera más burgers, Mexican o barbecue, sino que la comida de estilo Cajun, que es como, bueno, ese es el estilo Cajun food, ha sido muy difícil encontrar un buen estándar de tacos de Cajun food.
Questions? Because some of you had Mexican and taco down. Yes?
My question is, you said you're talking about Cajun food, right?
Cajun or Creole, yes.
So you're saying meat, right?
Yes.
I thought you said meat wasn't.
I said, he said, not the guy who owned the parks said the burger cost and that, the meat cost. Cajun is sausage, fish, and rice.
But isn't that meat, sausage, and fish?
It's not as expensive.
Actualmente los costos para ese tipo de comida, la carne es muy cara, entonces no va a haber mucha ganancia. Pero para el Cajun food, que es prácticamente arroz, un poco de salchicha y pescado, es muy barato y puedes tener más ganancias.
Yes.
You referenced a good high-end taco truck.
Yes.
So, in your opinion, a high-end taco truck?
Write this down. Torchy's. Torchys. Torchy's Tacos. You're shaking your head. You know what I'm talking about. It's not Rose's. What's today? And what's Tuesday at Rose's? It's Taco Tuesday. Everybody knows it's Taco Tuesday. But in Torchy's, the tacos are more expensive. That's what people are looking for, okay? They don't want the 99-cent taco. They're not going to a food truck for that 99-cent taco. Any questions so far? Okay, here is your moneymaker. A food tent. I want you to take a look at this. You can buy these at foodtent.com. And that's $1,200. And you're in business. This is the best and most economical way to get into food truck business. Because if this works, then you can go to a trailer or you can go see Herb over here and he can sell you a food truck, okay? But don't buy the trailer or the truck before you do this. Okay, let's talk about food trucks. Does anybody have a food truck? Okay. Do you know who makes the most money with a food truck? You want to guess? The person who makes the most money with the food truck is the mechanics. You laugh, but I have a client who is a mechanic and has a food truck. So many people buy box trucks or step vans, and what happens, they spend all their money getting it fixed. It's always broken. There is always something going out on a food truck. A food truck is a bad investment. However, if you go and see someone and buy a new food truck, and you're going to cost $35,000 or $50,000, it's worth it. Because you have a warranty and you don't have a breakdown. There's nothing worse than having a food truck event and your van or is sitting there in the garage. And this happens all the time. So, if you're thinking of buying a food truck, talk to me and I'll have you talk to my clients who have bad experience. That's why you see so many food trucks for sale. What you want to do after this works, and let's look at how easy this is. This is $1,200. The tent will be fire resistant, okay? It has flaps. It's so easy to take down. And you can prove your concept. And you may think that serving, well, let's say, Cajun is the greatest idea in the world. And you spend $25,000 on a trailer and you find out that it isn't. Versus $1,200 invested right here. We don't want you to spend a lot of money, okay? I want you to make money, not spend the money, okay? I was in Arizona. I do a lot of travel. I spend either time in Costa Rica, Mexico, or Arizona. I met two gentlemen who were 50 years old. And they were at a fair. They had tents. They had the longest line. And you know why they had the longest line? Because they had the best food there. And you know what it was? And there were 15 food trucks. It was a large kettle like this, and it was open. And they were serving jambalaya. Now, jambalaya is rice, fish, sausage, and a little ground beef. The profit was unbelievable. And all they do, they charge $2 extra for shrimp. The line was long. They had a tent, they had an open area, and no one was doing jambalaya. I didn't see that on any one of these lists here. These two gentlemen work 3 months of the year. And they go to Florida and Arizona, and they make enough for the whole year just doing jambalaya. Makes it simple. Okay? Questions. This is it. I showed you the hot dog. It's not glamorous. Making money should not be glamorous, okay? Making money is looking the best way. $1,200, people. Please don't come and say, I want to buy an expensive food truck, and don't prove your concept. You may think you have a great idea. You have to remember that your family and friends are going to lie to you. Because they think you're the greatest thing in the world, okay? So they're going to lie.
Te recomiendo que el primer paso es que compres un food tent. No te compres un truck de $35,000 mínimo, porque lo que va a pasar es que el único que va a ganar dinero va a ser el mecánico. Los food trucks tienen muchas fallas a veces, y lo que termina haciendo la gente es ponerlas en el garage de su casa sin repararlas. ¿Quieres empezar? El primer paso es un food tent. Solamente te va a costar $1,200, y así como lo ves vendiendo algún tipo de comida que no sea muy usual, por ejemplo el jambalaya y la comida que ella te recomendó, él cree que puedes hacer mayores ganancias, y no te metas en situaciones de glamour. No tienes que vender y obtener dinero en una food truck glamorosa o algo. Puedes empezar con esto así.
Warren Buffett, who was one of the wealthiest men in the world, says, I want a business that my idiot nephew can run. I want a business my idiot nephew can run. That's simple.
El hombre más rico, uno de los hombres más ricos del mundo dijo, quiero poner un negocio y hasta el más idiota de mis sobrinos pueda administrar.
That's what we want. I want a simple menu. Simple. Don't give me a lot of stuff to choose from. I'm not that smart. Okay? I'm not. Questions? Questions so far?
Preguntas.
If you get one thing out of this talk, one thing, this is the most important thing.
Todo acerca de trailers y food trucks.
I want you to go to Facebook, and I want you to go to this and join this group. All, A-L-L, about, A-B-O-U-T.
Vayan a Facebook y únanse a este grupo.
Food trucks and trailers. This tells you everything you need to know.
Este es el grupo.
The first thing you do, join this group. Because if you have a question, these are all food truck owners. They'll give you the answer, okay? So if you get one thing out of this, it's this website right here. Okay? Because they tell you, there was a gentleman yesterday who wrote, he just got done with an event, and he sold pizza, but nobody bought, he broke even, which was terrible. He had sliced pizza. But somebody in New Jersey said, don't sell sliced pizza, sell the whole pies. People would rather buy a whole pie and share it with their family than buy one slice and they'll make more money. This is how you learn. You learn from other people. Okay. We have a sign company. Where's my sign company? Do you do wraps?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us what a wrap is.
It's just basically a sticker that covers either your entire car or partially your car.
Or
your
okay. This is what you need, and this is called a wrap. I'm not going to say how much it is, but let's say it's usually under $3,500 for a food truck. Pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. This is something you need. This is advertisement. Okay? This is a food. Notice this is a client of mine. This is not a food truck. What is it? Trailer. Okay, it's a trailer. And why is it a trailer?
She can move it.
Because I can move it. And if my truck breaks down, all I have to do is rent another F-250 or a Chevy and just move it. This is how we want to go. This is going to be about 20, 25, 30,000. After we prove the concept, this is what we do. Okay?
Después de que ya pruebes el concepto que tienes de tu comida, de la venta de tu comida, esta es una trailer. Lo que hace es de que cuesta 25 a 30 mil dólares, pero si tú ves, si se te descompone la camioneta con la que la jalas, vas y rentas otra o consigues otro carro, pero sigues estando en el negocio. La envoltura que tiene es importante para el marketing. Aproximadamente entre 3.500 y 5.000 dólares vas a gastar, pero es algo que tienes que hacer para anunciar tu comida.
Got it? All right. I want you to think different. This is a trailer. This is a pig.
Oh.
Trailer, I can hitch big wheels. A pig. Parties. Have you thought about how much money you can make? This is so exciting. If you want to do something different and be in business 5 years or 10 years from now, this is what you're doing. You're giving me something different. If the chamber's having something, they want an event. And what better event than to have a member bring their trailer and put a pig on a spit and just watch it go around. It can't be simpler than this.
Ese es otro tipo de negocio que él recomienda. Es como traer el servicio a diferentes fiestas o a diferentes lugares de lo que tú estás vendiendo. Si te das cuenta, lo puedes mover porque tiene las ruedas y todo, y tiene el dispositivo que se adjunta. Luego entonces lo puedes estar llevando a diferentes lugares en donde tú promuevas y haces lo que nosotros le llamamos el famoso catering o algo así para diferentes lugares.
Do you want to be doing this 5 years from now? This you can. This you can buy 2, 3, 4. This metropolitan area could take 12 of these. Without a doubt. You could have 12 of these going on. You could have 12 groups of people doing jambalaya for parties. With the food truck, it is no longer taking a food truck and parking it somewhere. That's how we did it 5 years ago. It doesn't work that way anymore. Could you translate that? That's important.
Yes. Si tú realmente quieres empezar este negocio y estar en este negocio al menos unos 5 años, esta es una muy buena idea. Porque para empezar puedes hacer una flotilla, tener a diferentes gentes en tu negocio que estén trabajando para ti, y atender muchas otras fiestas en toda el área del DFW.
I'm giving you great ideas that you can make money. The easiest thing is to walk out of here, do nothing, and open up a taco truck. That's the easiest thing to do. If you're serious about making money and having a good life, pay attention. Okay?
Pon atención, las ideas son buenas.
What is this? This is a trailer. This gentleman goes around for organizations and makes large pizzas. Look at the size of that. I'm not showing you food truck parks. That doesn't work anymore. It's old. This is how we make money. You do something like this. Would you like something like this here? This brings people. This gentleman goes around throughout the year, and you can do this in other states. And he does pizza like this. It's not tacos, people. Okay, where are the customers? Write this down, the website, Fairs and Festivals.
Escriban esta website.
Yeah, Fairs and Festivals.
.com, right?
Yes. Okay, my friend who has the two largest food truck parks in Texas sent me this letter, and I want you to translate it for me. We are going to be operating the park more efficiently and different than in the past. I am looking for 4 trucks to now call the park their permanent home. City rules will require the trucks to move and clean each night of service during operating hours.
Okay, su amigo el que le mandó el correo le dijo que iban a operar estaban buscando 4 trucks para que ellos estén permanentemente en ese parque. Lo único es que la ciudad les ha pedido que la truck debe de estar limpia y debe de operar de acuerdo a sus reglas y estar limpia a cada inicio del día.
Okay. If you get one thing, 2 things. Number 1 is I gave you the Facebook page. 2 things. Don't think you are going to open a food truck and park it somewhere and people are going to come to you. That doesn't happen anymore.
No creas que donde
There's
vas
too
a
many.
abrir, I'm sorry.
Go on.
No creas que donde vas a abrir el food truck, si es un parque o cualquier otro lado, la gente va a venir inmediatamente a ti. Eso no funciona así.
The trucks will be expected to develop a clientele just like a brick and mortar restaurant. I will pay for their social media. They should also have a takeout business and use delivery services to increase sales.
Estos trucks lo que iban a hacer solamente recibir pago por el social media, pero ellos tenían que realizar su propia propaganda para atraer su propia clientela para que pudieran estar ahí en ese parque.
Okay, so that makes a difference. It will cost $1,000 a month for their spot, and that gives you electricity and water. So that's what it's going to cost. $1,000. There's only going to be 4 trucks, and that was the one who said, I want a Cajun, I want a high-end taco. Okay.
Normalmente pagarían $1,000 por la electricidad y el lugar de renta en un tipo de lugar así.
So these are places that my clients have their trucks. Schools, they're doing school lunch program, school fundraisers. Senior living centers, okay? They park it out there for lunch. Sporting events, If you go see the baseball team in Frisco, they have food trucks parked outside of the ballpark, which really surprised me, okay? Hospitals at lunchtime, quinceañeras, car shows, and catered events. Another important thing. Catered events are where the food truck future is. You work with an event planner. High-end parties now, instead of having catered food, have 3 or 4 food trucks. They'll have a food truck with an oven for pizza. They'll have maybe a gyro, and they'll have something else. And these are at weddings, retirement parties, and you get there through the event planners. There are associations of event planners who are looking for food truck people.
Les estoy diciendo que, bueno, los eventos privados son el futuro de las food trucks y de todos los traders, ya que normalmente este tipo de gentes ya están empezando a buscar de qué manera tenerlas dentro de sus eventos privados.
Yes?
I have 2 questions. So if you have a food truck and you're at one of these high-end events, I'm assuming one of the benefits to the party planner or the person whose party it is that they're not buying all the food in advance. They're just buying whatever's sold.
In other words, they make an arrangement with the people and say, I need 3 food trucks. And this is how much we have to spend.
Okay.
And that's it, okay? And people can go there and get whatever they want.
Okay, and then my second question was, if the party is indoors and
Yes.
the food trucks are outdoors, are the people still coming outside?
Yes, that's part of the
Okay.
That's part of the ambiance or atmosphere. That you've got the food trucks out. And it makes for a fine event. And these are high-end events now. Okay? That's how the industry has changed. You want to think they have that?
Yeah,
Okay. Questions so far?
preguntas.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a certain part of the country where this type of business isn't necessarily thriving? Or is it just all over?
I'm getting calls all over. Yeah. We were probably, California was first. And the problem here, we have too many food trucks. We have too many burgers, we have too many barbecue, we have too many Mexicans. But we don't have jambalaya, we don't have paella, we don't have Creole. But everybody keeps opening the same thing. But they're not smart. Okay, we have to be smart about it. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
You just mentioned a wide variety of different food trucks. In your opinion, which would be the most...
You missed it. What happens when you're not able to Sorry. Okay? We already covered that. Okay, here's what we need. Answers your question. You got the last slide. You looked up. A Cenarian or Chicago hot dog. Does anybody know what a Cenarian hot dog is? No. But it's big. Does everybody know what a Chicago hot dog is? Yes, we love our Chicago hot dogs. And Quick Trip does not have a Chicago hot dog. It's got to be a Vienna that crackles. Yes, that's a hot dog. This is what we need, people. Look at it. Write it down. Meat pies. That would be called pasties. And they are from Michigan. But nobody's doing. 2 clients, husband and wife, teachers, trying to supplement their income, looking for a side hustle. Monday through Thursday, they made meat pies. Saturday, they went to the farmer's market. They took their SUV, pulled it in, lifted it up, and sold meat pies. They had so many sales because people are looking for meat pies. It's a great idea. That's one of those things. The teachers had a great business. Cuban sandwiches. A good Cuban sandwich. This is not difficult, but you can't find food trucks with these. Upscale Mexican. We already talked about that, okay? Upscale Mexican. It's not tacos. Question right here.
¿Qué piensa él sobre la comida árabe, que son sándwiches, que son cosas fáciles, extremos para llevar, tabules, ensaladas?
What do you think about Arabian food? Like,
What food?
from Arabia?
Give me the country. What country?
Arabian.
Where?
No es
That would be Greek or Mediterranean. Greek or Mediterranean. Good idea. Okay. Remember I said no Mexican. I can do a Mexican restaurant that would blow everybody away here, and you'd want to come. I went to one of these in Tucson 3 months ago. You walk in, and the place was packed, and they have 6 of them. And after an hour, I got in, and I sat down, and they put the chips there, and they smiled. And the next thing I knew, a young lady came with a cart. And on the cart, she had the makings of salsa. She had the tomatoes, she had the cilantro, she had the peppers, and she made the salsa in front of me. And she handed me my fresh salsa. And there was no charge for it. I gave her $1, and if everybody gave me, she has 100 customers, she's going to make $100, easy. But they gave fresh salsa. That's a winner for a Mexican restaurant. If I am doing something, I have to do something to make me unique. There is a reason that Classic Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealer in the United States, because they exceed expectations. Don't just open a food truck, stand there, and think people are going to come. It doesn't work that way. You have to wear red shoes. You have to stand out. Okay?
Debes de tener algo que sea exclusivo, algo, una idea muy elevada que se sirva en tu restaurante. Si vas a hacer algo como una salsa que sea fresca, como aquellas de las que te la preparan al instante, no sé, el guacamole también lo preparan así. Todo ese tipo de cosas que sean ideas únicas en tu negocio.
Okay? Dog treats. A dog bakery. If you go to a farmer's market, or if you go to where they have food trucks, there's always dogs. This is so big. Gourmet or dog bakery treats. Open a food truck for dogs. Okay, there are 55 million dogs, 71 million cats in the United States. Maybe throw some cat food. We never see a cat. But you get what I'm saying? Give them what they want, not what you think they want. Cheese sandwiches. I want you to come over here and read this. This is really cool. I put down cheese sandwiches here. Can it be any simpler than that? But how many places do you see have cheese sandwiches? I came across this. That's okay. Ready? Read this. Come over and read it.
Dice, menú, peligro, $1, queso a la parrilla. No le preguntes. Ok, no me pidas por una maldita rebanada de tomate o te juro que te la tiraré por la ventana. Así que mejor y meteré la cabeza
read that in English then, in a translation?
That's what I'm doing, I'm translating. Do you want me to read it in English?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, it says, danger, $1 grilled cheese. Don't ask for a goddamn tomato slice, or I swear to God I will reach through the window, pull you inside, and hold your head against the grill, which will be embarrassing for you.
Okay, $1. Can you read this one?
It says, cash only, I don't have Venmo.
Do you know what
Cash.
Venmo? Do you know what Venmo is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Venmo is a new way that you can pay for things. Okay, read it.
I don't have Venmo because I'm not some teenage asshole. Who pays?
Okay, and one more.
Just for that.
my goodness.
This is true.
Oh my God.
Can you see it?
No change given. Sort out your own.
Okay, now, who's not going to enjoy going to this food truck? $1 for a toasted cheese. Does this? You have to have something that causes you to be different. And this is so different that you're.
Es tan diferente que cualquiera iría nada más a tu food truck para leer eso y para sacarte foto, no sé, algo, pero tiene que ser diferente.
We want you to have fun, and if you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be doing it, okay? And that gentleman is having fun. I have, it was 2,000. Everybody okay, the next thing, this is one of these important things. How can I get into the business? I have given you instructions how to do it. This is it. Everything you need to know or do is right here. It tells you who to see, where to see them, and how to do it. It doesn't get it any more easier than that. I've also affixed to it the Texas Department, your checklist. Okay? So you say to me, Greg, how do I do it? You do it this way. This is the steps. I could not make it any simpler than that. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm passing out my cards. My office is in Fort Worth. If you don't like me, there's other counselors that are much kinder. You can see them. Don't judge everybody by me. But I am the most successful. Okay? I want you to succeed. I really do.
I'm going to go make some more copies of this.
Okay, I want you to be successful in this. You can make an appointment. We have CPAs down there. We have counselors who can help you. But you can see that this takes hard work, okay? And I kid with you, but I want you to be successful. And if you follow what we've talked about, success is yours. It really is. Okay, there's a lot more that we can talk about, but we're not. Because you're on information overload right now. I will take some questions. I came all the way from Denton. There's a reason I came here, because I want to help you.
¿Tienen preguntas?
Sure. I don't want to open a food truck. I want to provide a facility for all the food trucks to come. So what do I need to provide to attract them, other than clientele?
You need this guy right here. Now, one of the things I didn't cover, you need a commissary. Okay, you need a place to drop your groundwater. You need a place. Okay. Right now, I can't cover it in something like this. However, I have 2 clients who I've developed who have done that. It's a great idea. You have to find more commissary. Right now I'm working with one in Fort Worth, and they have 3 locations. I know there's one in Plano. I know that Benny Keith has one in Dallas, okay? But we need more, we really do. So you have a sound business up here. I'm not sloughing you off, but it's more than we can handle here. What else? Did I talk you out of it? Did I? Yes.
The most cost effective food truck. Meaning not a lot for supplies with more bang for it, but that makes sense too. I never mind.
We covered that the first 15 minutes. Does anybody want to answer that for me? What is the answer?
¿Cuánto cuesta una food truck?
Tent.
A
A tent.
And then trailer.
Yeah, a tent. $1,200.
Proof of concept.
Yes.
When you're out food trucking, tinning, or trailering, do the local code enforcement people, law
Yes.
enforcement, and things?
As a matter of fact, you are going to be inspected more than anyone else. You have to figure out at an event, there will be someone from the health department to inspect you. Okay? So in answer to your question, depending upon the municipality, you will need to know the health inspector for that municipality. And everyone is different, okay? We didn't even talk about farmers markets, which is a good place. If I was to do meat pies, I would get a slot. Do we have one here in Grand Prairie?
We do. We have a fantastic food.
Okay, so perfect place to start is a place like that on Saturdays. Go there and see if there's a market for what you're doing. I mean, we haven't even talked about bakery trucks. I'll turn it over to you. You want to give a commercial for it?
Oh, well, we do have a fantastic farmer's market here in Grand Prairie, but also another member of our chamber is Traders Village. And I know that out in some of their more open areas, I mean, there are spots out there that you could pop up and try your business out there as well. So we have a lot of possibilities here in Grand Prairie.
And soon at Asian
And
Times
soon
Square.
Asian Times
Right,
Square.
coming in the future.
El señor Matthew Lowe, él es dueño de Asian Times Square y él está pensando en abrir una localidad para puras food trucks. No se vayan sin pedirles su información. Raise your hand, Matthew. Okay?
Yeah, we want this to work out. We really do. It's a solid way to make money, to go from a tent to a trailer to a full-size restaurant. And you can do that within 3 years. I have a number of them who have started with tents, gone to trailers, and now have restaurants. Yes?
When they go to the restaurant, do they still keep their trailer?
Yes.
Business?
Yes, without a doubt. That's just another source of income. You've already got a customer base, and now you're going to a brick and mortar. It's a wonderful idea. Okay, if that's it, we'll wrap it up. And that's 12:30, so you've got an hour of knowledge. That's it.
Let's give them a hand.
I'll stick around for a bit.
Okay, and we still have food left, so if you didn't get a chance to get lunch, please do so.